right way around. There's a waterbuck down there, but he just sort of stopped and looked. Might just be looking at some other waterbuck. Where from? Yeah, if I saw you there just now. Yeah, I'm just going to book out here, twin dam a little bit, and then I'll just drive around the block again and see. Very curious looking waterbuck. So a quick look at the waterbucks that we mentioned there. Maybe why she's looking around so carefully and curiously is because she seems to be by herself. It's not that likely. There's more than likely one or two other waterbuck down there. What I want to see just up ahead of us here, and it's just run away. As soon as we go over that ridge, just on that sort of crossing there, you should see some zebra on the other side. There's also some mangwa here from that. Oh, look at that, stunning. Waterbuck in the distance. The zebra we're looking at there is catching up with the other zebra, and as always that tail working hard. Summertime, pretty much constantly swishing tails. Lovely mix of animals there. The whole bunch of waterbucks. This female we saw back there on her own should be catching up with them just now. And a bit of a strange configuration, just two zebras. It's not all that typical, normally at least 4 or 5 of them together, but maybe it's just it looks like two stallions actually. Difficult to see from here, but it looks like two males. Maybe they're just cruising around a bit. We often talk about how visually stunning zebras are, but look at those waterbuck. I mean, those markings, it's a characteristic that certainly makes them stand out. I think anyone that's seen them once from behind will always recognize them again. Kringgat in Afrikaans is a slang name for them, which means exactly what it looks like, a ringed backside. This, of course, the Burchell zebra, or plain zebra. I was trying to make that into one word. And it's only zebra we get around this part, so we'll never really see other species here. You get a couple of other species, mountain or Hartmann zebra, as well as the Grevy's zebra, East Africa. Hartmann zebra you get parts of South Africa and towards Namibia and so on. These are the guys that you see in large numbers. Masai Mara, the great Wildebeest migrations, get about 500,000 plus zebra migrating as well. Although here in the southern regions of Africa, southern Africa in general, they tend to have those shadow stripes, whereas in East Africa they tend to be more sort of black and white specific, rather than having those lighter shadow stripes as well. One of those little differences. Well, stunning setting, but I think we're going to look around for those rhinos some more. If I'm still on their track as well, or on their trail. Maybe if we'll just have enough patience, we'll find them this afternoon. Sorry, it's very bumpy. Beautiful view of Twin Dam there. Getting that nice sort of diffused light through the cloud layers. Making the afternoon much more bearable in terms of temperature. Where are you from?
Yeah, we're located in Port.
Monthly stuff on Twin Dams Road or Elephant Skull?
Yeah, I'm putting them to like, because we're going to man called up. I'm from Akaki, but I'm not too confident there.
Okay, thanks. Can I join there? Quick look at these zebras. If I'm just find those rhinos just up ahead, not far from us. Back to the zebra quickly. We'll go see those rhinos in a second. Very excited to have found them, but also curious as to these two zebras. What they are. Definitely a stallion, the one. Bigger guy on the right hand side there. Other one's a mare. So this gives a little bit of a different sort of tail to what they're doing. He's obviously a bull that's just a stallion that's just busy building up his harem. Typically zebra stallions will take quite a few years to really get their harem to completion once they've got maybe 7 or 8 permanent females or mares. So this shows you this is a youngish stallion. It's very, very healthy in good condition. He's just found his first female. She's actually still quite young looking as well. So this will be their early days. I'm sure he'll find another 1 or 2 mares during the course of this coming summer months. And some relation between zebra and rhino, apart from the fact that we're going to see rhino next, hopefully, if it all stays the way it looks now. But they're also zebras. If you look at those hooves that you can see there, they've got 1 toe. They walk on an uneven amount of toes. It makes them perissodactyl ungulates, uneven-toed, hooved animals. And rhinos walk on 3 toes. So they're related in, if I have it correct, in order. So it's not quite brother and sister, but closer related to each other than, for instance, a rhino to a hippo. Just look at his ear there, Rob. The stallion's right ear. Looks like a big cut on it there. The other one, yeah, there on the sort of at the base of the ear there. Just have a clear. Looks like a cut or a gash in there. Probably, again, from fighting. There's a good chance the stallion would have had to fight with some other stallions to gain some dominance, and even possibly have fought with a stallion from which he took this female, or the herd that he took it from. Quite often stallions, before they let young mares go, which are normally their own offspring obviously, before they let those mares go, they'll test and challenge the new stallion, obviously to make sure that the suitor is suitable. In that process of fighting, apart from giving quite aggressive kicks, zebras really bite a lot as well. They've got very sharp teeth, and they can quite often take off tails or damage or cut ears, take out pieces of ears. So this is most likely what happened to this guy. But he's got a beautiful mare, and by the looks of her belly, maybe even a foal coming along the way. So I'm sure that's the least of his worries. Waterbuck crossing in the back, and we're going to move on.